poop. Just poop. That is really hard to say. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got Friday Favorites and Fooeys for you today, and overall theme, maybe a little bit girly. I was trying out several things, but I do have one for sure standout favorite, and then I have quite a few lip favorites this week. So yeah, some goodies to talk about, so let's get to it. First off, my eye favorite for the week, I am obsessed with this palette, y'all. This is the new Juvia's Place, the Deuce palette. I put up a video on this palette on Tuesday. This is my favorite Juvia's Place palette to date. And while I think at first glance, it looks like it's kind of like a springy palette, but really it still feels holiday to me because it feels very like Sugar Plum Fairy, like I have a look on with it today. And then I showed a look in the video I did on it, and I used like quite a few of the colors in that look. So I think it's just a fun palette that's very Sugar Plum Fairy, but also can be pretty neutral too. Like if you really focus on this one, and this one, and maybe bring in just a little bit of that, you have an overall pretty neutral look. So you have options for a neutral eye look, or a really fun girly eye look, or a really fun Sugar Plum Fairy eye look. So lots of options. These blend like a dream. They are incredibly pigmented. I haven't shown you any swatches whatsoever this whole time I've been talking. So let's show some swatches. So Duochromy Goodness. I have this on as a highlighter today. What? This one is Tarte. So Tarte is gorgeous as an eyeshadow, amazing as a highlighter. I'm just showing you quite a few of the shimmers just because those are my favorites. But I mean, I say the shimmers are my favorites, but really, I mean, like the mattes are incredible too. The matte I showed is Creme. It's that kind of like peachy shade. That is a good shadow right there, because a lot of times those kind of like pastel sort of colors in a matte are just chalky and dry and just poop shadows. But that's not poop at all. That is so good. And look at the pigmentation on those right there. What? This one right here is, this one at the bottom of the palette, Mont Blanc, which looks like it would be kind of more of like a turquoisey sort of a color, but it ends up being like an icy turquoise, like a silvery icy turquoise. It's awesome. So yeah, check out that video if you want to see a look using this palette and swatches, but just know I love it. I've been using it. I can't put it down. I think it's amazing. Another shadow that I wore this week that I really, really love, and I have this on the inner corners of my eyes today, is Colourpop's Super Shock Shadow in Tassel. This is like a gorgeous, shimmery white, pretty much. Like that's really what it is. Like even in my monitor, I don't even know if it's gonna show up because it is so bright, and it's just like, I don't know, shimmery, icy goodness. Like it looks like snowflakes or something. It doesn't have like a strong metallic base or anything like that. It really is more of a shimmer. But on the inner corners of the eyes, that's what I've been using it for. It is just fun. So fun. So it really brings out that sparkle, and it's just a little added something. It's so holiday. I mean, you could use this on your lids. You could use it with some MAC Fix Plus to really kind of like intensify that base color, that white underneath it. But I like to use it for just that little pop of fun extra white shimmer. So yeah, Tassel. I love it. For blush this week, I pulled out one of my neutral favorites. This is the Covergirl True Blend Blush. That is really hard to say. True Blend Blush in medium rose. I thought about when these first came out, I thought about getting the light one and then also the deeper one, and I haven't done it yet. I just have the medium one, but every time I use this medium one, you see a little bit of that, but then you also see that highlight. So I am wearing it, but I have it with that highlight, or technically that eyeshadow, but I think they go really well together. But anyway, every time I use the medium one, I'm like, man, I kind of want the light one and the dark one too, because this is so nice. It reminds me, well, I was gonna say it reminds me of the Laura Geller baked blushes, but it really doesn't. I guess what really reminds me of the Laura Geller blushes is how much I love this blush. Like, I love the Laura Geller blushes, and I really love this one too. But this one has, it feels less baked. It's more just like a buttery sort of a blush, but it has an awesome formula to it. So it's really nice and pigmented, but it doesn't stick and drag. It just really builds nicely on the cheeks, but it is pretty intensely pigmented right off. So it's not like it's hard to blend, but you don't really have to build it up a lot. So you get pretty good pigmentation right off. So it's all about kind of like tweaking your application technique. So I would say with this one, you know, don't use like a tiny little bit. You don't have to be that careful with it, but just don't like go crazy with it because it's still pretty pigmented, but just a beautiful, neutral, pinky sort of a color. I really love it, like a neutral, nudie pink. And it's kind of like an overall satin finish, which I think is really beautiful on the skin. I think satin blushes are probably just the easiest to work with and easiest to blend. Most probably natural looking on the cheeks because it's not super glowy, but it's not matte either. So it's that nice happy balance. So this is just an awesome neutral blush from the drugstore, but an awesome neutral blush in general. Now on to lip favorites. So first off, I got a little goodie in the mail from Clarins through Octoly. This is the Jolie Rouge Moisturizing Long Wear Lipstick, and this is in 754. This is what the outside box looks like, and this is just a beautiful red lipstick. If you are looking for a comfortable red lipstick, this is an awesome option. So that is what the packaging looks like. I have a little smudge on the side from when I was applying it. Let me remove the little smudge very quickly, okay? No more smudge. So there it is. It says Clarins on the side of the little lipstick bullet. So this is a really, I think a good formula. Now, I've said before, my favorite kind of red lipsticks to wear are like full-on matte, whereas this is pretty creamy. So what I did with this is I went ahead and blotted it when I first put it on just to kind of help it not get on my teeth. But even when I first applied it, I was kind of like moving around my mouth just to sort of see. I wasn't getting it on my teeth, but anytime it's kind of like a glossy sort of a red, I go ahead and blot it. That's just my personal preference. But if you like a really pretty creamy sort of a lip color, a red lip color, this is really, really pretty. It's very comfortable, feels very hydrating on the lips. Just a nice, comfortable, beautiful lipstick. And it's kind of like a classic Snow White sort of a red. It's got that kind of almost like a raspberry undertone. So kind of like that cooler undertone. It's less orangey, more of that kind of like raspberry. It's beautiful. Another reddish sort of lip color that I was loving this week is this one right here. So this is the Colourpop and Laura Lee Ultra Satin Lip in Bam. And I do have a picture wearing this on my Instagram. So if you want to see me wearing this and like what it looks like on the lips, at least on my lips, check there. This is so pretty. It's intense. Like this is like a whoa statement, dark red lip, but I love it. I mean, look at that. It's like, it's not full on ox blood, but it's almost there. Like it's right on the edge of that. If you're wanting to try kind of like an edgy statement sort of lip, this is really it. And I really like the formula of the Ultra Satin because they are long wearing. They don't move around a ton. They move around a little bit. Like they are going to transfer, but I don't notice them moving a lot. Like it's that happy balance. Their Ultra Mattes are very matte and they do feel dry on the lips, at least to me. I haven't worn them in a while, so I guess I need to try them again because I've heard they've gotten a little bit better, and I think it probably depends on the color that you wear too. So let me know your experience with the Ultra Matte if I need to give them a shot again. But those are more of a traditional liquid lipstick. They do have that kind of drier feeling on the lips, at least last time I tried them, whereas the Ultra Satin does set down to be nice and satin, so it doesn't move everywhere. It's not like a full-on gloss, but it's not quite to the point of being a matte liquid lipstick. So it's right in between, that happy balance. So love the formula of it. Absolutely love that color. Like this is sort of one of those colors that I didn't do this, but you could do this. Like where you just have very minimal makeup, like just lots of lashes, maybe some liner, and then this. So pretty. And then I would use a little bit of like a neutral blush on my cheeks. I didn't do that. I had it on with full-on makeup because that's just how things happen. I started off thinking, I'm not going to do a lot of makeup today. I'm just going to do something, you know, easy and minimum. And then I just sit down and I start playing and I'm totally made up and I have makeup like this and didn't even intend to. That's usually what happens. So that's what I did this week, but this would be really pretty with that minimal makeup sort of a look. And the last favorite for this week is this lip color right here. This is one of the L'Oreal Infallible Paints Metallics, and this I believe is the lightest shade from what I can remember. I think it's the lightest one. This is in 330 Moonlust, and this is what I have on today. I really, really like this. This is the only one that I have in this line, in the metallic line, and then I have one, I think I have one in the others, like a very neutral kind of camely brown color, but wearing this one this week makes me want another one maybe. But I remember that this was like the lightest, most neutral of these, so I don't know. But what I'm saying is I really like the formula of it. Like that's why it makes me want to look into more colors, because I just really like the formula. Again, it's that happy balance. So it's not a full-on liquid lipstick where it sets and it's super uncomfortable, but it's not a gloss where it moves everywhere. It's just right in between. Like it really does set down and wears for a very long time on the lips and ends up just being a very low maintenance, easy lip color. I really like the color on this one. That is that, it's that kind of like pinky, nudie sort of a metallic color. So it's still neutral, but because it's metallic, it's got something fun and different happening with it, you know? I don't really know how well it goes with this eye look, but you know, again, I sat down to play with my makeup and this is what ended up happening. So that's what we got going on today. But I just really like it. I'm trying to remember what I wore it with. I think I wore it yesterday. I can't remember, but I didn't wear it with these shadows, but I think it goes okay with these shadows. It's kind of that neutrally color that I could go with several different things. But anyway, yeah, I like the packaging to it. Really love the formula. Very, very pretty neutrally color in Moonlust. But let me know if you have other color favorites because I might want to check them out. All right, guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you were loving this week or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.